see there's going to be a lot of depth in the game. Hopefully there's no input lag. Hopefully, because that destroys everything in a fighting game and makes it so random. And the game, Street Fighter V, is the only fighting game that luck has the place of such a big role into results, or who's that cam player with no names. In Street Fighter 4, you see an Akuma, two Akumas, you will be able to distinguish who's infiltration and who's Takedo, because there's so much more depth in the game. Okay, but I just don't trust him in the 2 out of 3 because this game is random. When you got Takedo, who is the Akuma person, like he's Akuma, you know, and he's so good, and you got him doing breathing techniques, yoga, like anything, like he's doing like running sprints. He goes to the gym like early in the morning in any tournament so he could put an extra amount of concentration into the game. And you're telling me he has to concentrate, so he goes to pools, he has to concentrate that much just because of the lag? I just feel like, oh my god, man, this guy is so good in anything that he touches. And in this game, he can't even be that consistent. Right. He gets randomed out. But this fighting game that we're playing right now, Street Fighter V, doesn't have chip damage. So let's say you were dominant early on, and now you don't have to take as much risk because you earned that by being dominant and neutral. In Street Fighter V, that doesn't mean anything because you can't kill them by safe play, by chipping them out or doing safe decisions because there's no chip damage, right? So you still have to take a risk despite having that much life lead. And I think that promotes more comeback mechanic. That creates more randomness in the game. Like probably have a real secondary that's like a grappler. Yeah. Because I think grapplers are so sick in this game because they can't really react to anything. You might as well start grabbing people because the game is called roulette, like Street Fighter roulette. Like this game is so about 50-50. Reminds me of Mortal Kombat. And it's just such a disrespect to the purity of Street Fighter. Game? Oh, this Street Fighter is totally not a Street Fighter game. This is like Marvel with lag. But there's no super jump. That's really what it is. Okay. Like, but you're trying to prevent something from happening, but you're so limited in defensive options that you can't really stop it. So you're just supposed to take it and hope that you actually guess right on the defense. Now you have to just make a decision like, oh my god, I hope I guess right at this 50-50. Like, you know, I hope I guess right because if I don't guess right, I lose it and he wins. If I jump the command grab, I win, he loses. Like it shouldn't be like that. It was never like that. For somebody to come up with, say if I was the developer, whoever it is, whoever had the idea to design this game, okay, to be shitty like this, was like, okay, well, we have to create a Street Fighter because we're gonna promote it on esports, but we have to create a game that would close in the gap versus the guys who's been playing Street Fighter for 10 to 20 years versus somebody who just picked up a controller. We have to close in that gap. Okay, so let's go right in the chalkboard. Okay, so what can we do? Oh, fireball game. That's so hard for a new beginner. Let's nerf that. They nerf fireball. They extend the hurt box, right? Oh, let's nerf anti-airs too. Oh, you know what? Footsies. They're gonna be so dominant in footsie. So let's make all footsie normal, stubby, and closer. Let's add this thing called priority system. And then let's add a crush counter. So that means if they're getting out footsie, they could just mash on something. And even if they're dominant, they're gonna get, it's a guy who's like not as good as footsies. They're gonna land one. You're gonna land like 8 low forwards. It doesn't matter. They're gonna land one crush counter. They turn into V trigger, and then they could win. I was like, maybe that's not enough. Let's add lag. And let's add lag.